I want to take a minute and talk about adult clergy sexual abuse. This is when a pastor, a priest, a rabbi, somebody of spiritual oversight abuses their position or power and sexually abuses another adult. Oftentimes it's another female, but we have to understand first, it's not an affair. I get pushback when I talk about abuse in different scenarios with the least possible case scenario as if it's the norm. So one of those is, well, what if she's attracted to power and people and men in power and she tempts them? Well, that is not the most common scenario. The most common scenario is when a pastor, somebody in spiritual oversight, sees a female who's vulnerable. Maybe she's experienced loss. There's marital struggles. That pastor oftentimes moves in under the guise of offering care and starts grooming her until there's a moment of manipulation and sexual contact. And when that happens, then he oftentimes will manipulate the language to say things like, God wants us together, but shh, it's our secret, don't tell anyone. Or another way is the pressure. If she loves the church and has been devoted to the church and loves Jesus, it's the pressure of everything falling apart. If you tell anybody, the whole church will just fall apart, and that pressure is placed on her. Those are the most common case scenarios, and that is clearly abuse. Now, let's look at the pushback that I get about maybe it's a female who likes men in power. The minute that pastor or that person of spiritual oversight crosses the line into sexual contact, they have abused their position and their power. And I want you to hear this, that morally, ethically, legally, and spiritually, it is now abuse. I would never tell a child of childhood abuse, hey, you own a portion of this, you're partially responsible. Therefore, because this is abuse, I would never tell the victim, hey, you're responsible for part of this. You shouldn't have been tempting him. He is responsible. And when there is power differentials and when there's positions of care, whether they're used to manipulate or whether the line is just crossed, it is abuse. Now, I've gotten pushback on this. I've written on this. I have a course about this on how churches can respond to sexual abuse disclosure. Recently, I wrote on my Substack. If you are on Instagram, you could catch it in the bio. If you're on Facebook, just look on Substack, type in my name. I have it there. And not only do I walk through this, I have source after source after source after source after source just listed. I encourage you to go check it out. Thank you.